Am I muted? Hey, can you hear me now? I guess so, yes, it looks like it. Who knows? There we go. I need to mute myself so I don't hear it. Thanks, Daryl. Yeah, we've been having weird technical issues. See if I'm on mute. Oh, that's where I'm hearing it. There we go. I'm quiet now. Hey, hooray. Well, it's weird. I don't understand what's going on. I'm trying today to get it all figured out. But I logged it in a billion times and even gave it another shot just a little bit ago. So it's, and I'm listening to the thing right now to hear that it's working, and it does work. But I cannot get it to work on our, in our software. So I'm imagining either there's an update or something's, we definitely have issues with like cookies and stuff like that. I think in this stuff hey, we're alive. Fantastic, Meeple15. That's good. Yeah, who knows? So it'll be quiet except for me mumbling and talking, which is sad because I do, as I said, like to hear the music. It is absolutely kind of helpful to pass the time. And I don't know what we can do. I mean, one of the ways we can do it is Derek was talking about having an external source so that it doesn't use any computer power. It's still going to use some computer power, so I'm not certain how that works. But we do have let's see if that stuff works real quick, and if it has sound, because it uses the music from that stuff. Is 3 on? There it goes. I don't hear music though. And it doesn't look like it's really working 100%. Let's try that one more time. Who knows? Weird stuff today for sure. Let's try another one. Minimize that, please. There we go. It does. No music, but there we go. So I won't be, you'll have to, who knows when that happens. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I don't quite understand what's happening. Now I don't know how that would work. I wonder if we can download the audio for that specifically. Who knows? It is weird. Like they give us all this, like you have to use reCAPTCHA to get in every time. And I'm like, it's the same machine. I'm not sure what's going on. Anyway, let's cut to the table. Let's get down to the table. So I worked on Captain Carter a bunch, and mostly I think they're done. I did not work on their bases more than I want to do, so I will get them and finish them here soon. Hey, she's got blue paint on her eye. Did that happen? Did it scratch or something? I will be fixing something. What the heck? Let me put on my other glasses. I was trying to solve some weird thing then on Friday, too, on Thursday too, so who knows. I think she's been scraped. Boy, that's a bummer. I gotta paint that up. It must have gotten bonked. Maybe not. Certainly could have, oh, it's so unfortunate. It was really great. This was my favorite one. It was already determined that was going to be one that I would give to a friend. Oh, well. I was watching I got up and had work to do early, and I was watching some videos from Japan. There's a British guy he's been doing it for about a year, I think, travel kind of stuff. But he's mostly like focusing on like train stuff, like a station that had closed, or a town that wasn't really getting it. Wow, it is paint. I somehow got paint on it. It was pretty great though, because it's going into like little towns, mining towns that used to be coal mining towns and stuff like that, and that's why this population just diminished to nothing, because that business is gone, which is pretty crazy. Wow, it is coming off. This is crazy. So I'm dipping it into water here and just delicately, you know, removing the part that I painted on here somehow. I was probably touching up something and caught it with the brush, dragged it right across her eye, her bridge of her nose. Anyway, so the guy's stuff was pretty great. He went to, I just watched 2 of his videos. They're about a half an hour long. But then I was getting more recommendations. You know, you do one thing on YouTube and then you've got like a billion of them. It is chilly here today, which is shocking. I think it was in the low 50s this morning. Wow, I really got it everywhere. I have done this a couple times. It's really frustrating. I scratched myself this morning. It's pretty rough. I mean, minor scratch, but was pulling a weed. I think a rock got me. Now, one thing you should, varnishing is a good thing to do in between stuff too. Not too much, right? You don't want it to get too thick, but this would be a lot easier if once I was satisfied with the face, I varnished it. I'll get it down as much as I can and then I will just touch it up with some paint. But then I watched another video about a lady from Canada that is a musician that had like lived in Japan for a short, I don't know how long. I did not watch the whole thing, I couldn't. But she had a friend that she was, a girl that she was good friends with in school there, and then they were pen pals, and then she stopped writing. And it bugged her for a long, you know, worried her and bothered her for a long time, so she, man, I do not want to make this the one I have to give to some, I mean, I don't mind keeping it, it's fine, I'll touch it up and stuff and get it there, but yeah, it was, so she did find her, which was amazing. I mean, she was married and had kids, so I think that's kind of amazing in itself, finding. So we have my brother and I have a childhood friend that was from Japan that lived here in Southern California for a while with his family. And my dad went to visit him in Japan and went out with his dad, and they took him out on town or whatever. But we never got connected with him again. My brother went to Japan in 1999, and then I went 8 years ago, and it was great. I mean, I really enjoyed going there. Nikki and I love to travel, so we're all for any of it, but it was really cool. And I would like to go to some of the smaller stuff. We have a friend there, Ken, and he was really wonderful. Took me around, and he has a job. He's a teacher, and but he was taking me around all kinds of stuff, and actually took me to his area, which was I cannot remember now, but it was great. I mean, I went to his storage locker. He's a huge Reiner Knizia fan, and wow, this one too, the one that had the crack, you can see it sort of there, but it's not bad. It's a bummer when they have that injection problem. I mean, it's kind of difficult. You can patch that up. It's not that terribly hard. I've done a little bit, but I don't love to do it on a face. I'm just not that smooth. But boy, that is clumsy. And I think it was this brush, so it was a tiny little streak of blue. And I was touching up, I think, the shield. So nice job, Lincoln. The good thing about the music that we use is that we don't use it we use it for the intros and stuff. I mean, not the intros, actually while we're waiting to come into because we use my brother's music to get into the show. But this one, I play the music the whole time that I'm going, which I really like. It's unfortunate. Anyway, so I'm going to just leave these for now. They're basically done. I will do the bass later, maybe today. We'll see. I have a bunch of stuff to do. But I have Loki, and this is a hero Loki in this version of the Multiverse. I'm going to actually look up and see what his paint job looks like. We have a friend that was working at CMON, and he left at the end of last month, which is really a downer. That worries me. I don't know how much more they have going. Excuse me. Hoping that they get finished with Marvel United, DC Superheroes United. I think I cut myself on that little teeny little cut. Okay, anyway. Because of course, what are you going to do? I hope that it comes together and they are able to get everything released, but there's not much, we have no control over it. A lot of people, it's a lot of money. It's millions of dollars. And I don't know exactly how all that works, but, there have been people that have got their money back and, which is great. But I want to try to keep in. I'm hoping that they'll make it. I don't know. It's really terrible. It's a weird time. Companies are definitely. So the whole reason why I even know about some of this stuff is, Asmodee has kickstarted the latest Zombicide, and I'm hoping. As a matter of fact, I wonder if I can look at that Kickstarter. Their crowdfunding stuff. I bet they've delivered everything that was related to that. They were behind. Wow. Anyway, looking at let's see, CMON. I have it, I think, bookmarked. Is my internet working here? Yeah, I don't know. I may not be streaming. Let's see here. Well, if you get red brown on the mini, you'll know why. Because I'm bleeding. I'm not bleeding very much. Let's see here. Let's see if it's working. Yeah, it's very odd. I was thinking, we've had internet troubles. Here we are back at the beginning. I don't know, this is so weird for me. Yep, so it seems like I'm working. I don't quite get it. Anyway, I will paint Loki, but let me just look and see if this, there we go, CMON project updates. Let's see where they're at. Deceased has not shipped, and they will be doing that one. That one is in manufacturing. Superheroes United is even further behind. Like, files are done, but molds are not done. So I basically think those are all crowdfunding, but it's gotten smaller. They are very, I don't know, this is not great. It's still saying Marvel United Witching Hour is shipping, and I think I'm received mine, so I don't know. And that was a pre-order. Does not look like they have any. It doesn't look like they have any Zombicide left besides Deceased, which is which is good, but it's kind of unfortunate that they picked up where that one of the folks that was at CMON is the guy that is heading up the stuff for Asmodee. which, you know, whatever. But let's hope that they can deliver the other stuff. I mean, I noticed CMON sent stuff out for it. I backed Madeira, and that was never fulfilled by What's Your Game. Yeah, What's Your Game is a bummer, Meeple15. I don't know what happened with them, but, you know, they did an annual, at least one amazing release every year, and I don't know what happened. I mean, there's been a lot of companies like that. It's unfortunate. Let's see here. So Loki's coat is green. He's actually kind of simple. So I'm going to do his face first, as I should do regularly. We'll do all of them. I like to work inside out, except when I get paint on the face. I don't know what I've done. It's better, but it's sloppy. I was so happy with the faces on these. I'll touch it up. It'll be fine. Okay, maybe I'll fix some of it right now. I could, so what you can do is put down some gray or very, very pale white. Wow, that's a problem there. I thought I got it. Who knows? Big old splotch there. So I'm going to try to touch that up. I will do a very, very light gray. So I have my wet palette, which I've mostly been putting it out lately, but I'm not always using it. My wet palette is, this one I'm using right now is a exemplar from Game Envy. It's very narrow. You know, it's 5 inches by, I don't know, 8. Let's zoom out a wee bit. I hate touching this thing, but but I love them. I think, you know, most of these palettes have been great. I have 2 red grass. So this is the lid for the red grass that I sometimes use. I'm putting a sponge in it. So this is a Swedish sponge, and I use this, as you can see, like I wick off paint and things like that instead of using a paper towel. I'm not always good about it doing it. I sometimes forget to put it out, but it's great, and you don't have to use paper towels. But I love their good gosh. I love their wet palettes. They are my favorites. These new ones, the exemplar from Game Envy, they have a couple sizes. I know I bought the smallest one. I was trying to find it, you know, because the one that I'm using is the smallest. There might be a smaller, like standard kind of one from Redgrass, but this is the smallest one I could get, and it's still big. And so I bought this exemplar on their Kickstarter, and they still sell them. I barely use it. You can see here. So this is paint from the some black paint. I did use it for flesh tone last week. It says something on the back side. So, but I just let the paper dry out. I clean it off and let the paper dry out. So it's, you know, they sell these membranes, red grass, that do last, and they are pretty great. I'm not worried about keeping paint between sessions. I mean, Redgrass talks about that. I don't think it's really very good. Obviously, if you're using standard acrylics, it's better, but it's still not great. But it is really helpful for keeping your paint workable in your current session. You can, as I said, you could go for multiple days. You need to probably refrigerate it. I don't, I think that's turned here. I don't do that anymore. I mean, I've had so many mildew problems, no matter what. And, you know, we're dry here, so the insanity of that I don't get. Anyway, so we'll try to do a little bit of that. So I'm going to do the white, I'm going to use the gray, and I'm just going to layer it on so that I can then put on, ooh, this needs to be shaked. Shaken, it's been 5 days. But yeah, backing crowdfunding is, I mean, it is a risk. It's always a risk. But when you have a company doing everything through there and a lot of stuff, I mean, they switched. I'm sure they probably got in a bit of trouble with Kickstarter, and they switched to GameFound, which I thought might have been a mistake, right? Because they had such a huge following on Kickstarter, but it seems like they did pretty well with the DC Superheroes United. I don't know. Hopefully it makes it. I sure would like it. Okay, so let's I want a very small amount of paint. When it's this thin, it doesn't take too much to for it to dry. It actually looks close already because it's such a thin wash, and the skin is ultimately kind of gray. I'm not a huge fan of this is the one thing I don't love the most about the zenithal highlight to the faces. But I'm only okay at, I mean, you know, I touched up, was this the one? No, this is the one I went in and did some touch up on it, and I'm mostly happy with it. I think my favorite of them is this one, though, that is the one that had the cracks on the forehead. Anyway, so let's let that dry, and then I'll probably do a teeny wash of the flesh tone on it, just very lightly to shift the tone to warm it up. Hey James BBSTE, how you doing? So I think this is the second Loki I've done. I feel like I've done more than one, but it doesn't make sense. I believe this is the second one. And this is the hero version. It has some interesting things going on. Maybe I should touch that up. I really do like this. So the gray that I'm using is this bright neutral gray. It's pretty great. It's not as neutral as I would like it to be. As far as it's a little warm in my opinion. That is probably why it looks good on Captain Carter, because it's already kind of got I feel a little, well, it says it's warm, right? It's not, no, it says neutral. I feel it's slightly warm, so. Is that his chest that's poking through? Sure looks like it. So I have a little bit of painting there to do, and then he's got this fur collar. It is strange though. Lots of Kickstarter still happening. I do really love it when it's a small new company working to do it, because how else would they do it, right? Chat disconnected. Am I down again? Oh man. Let's look. I think we're having problems here. Who knows? We're having internet issues. Ugh. Let me look at Twitch. Man, this could be the problem. Ha! Okay, it seems good to you? Interesting. Well, that's weird. I mean, I'm wondering if Wi-Fi is having trouble. Is this Wi-Fi? Yes, it's Wi-Fi. And Twitch is okay. That's what I'm looking at right now, but it's probably I'm just going to keep going then. We'll just see how it goes. You keep me posted. It's interesting, though. I got your notification from Twitch, which, if the Wi-Fi is, maybe it's okay, small amounts of data. I don't know. Let's see how my phone is here. It is very odd. Yeah, I'm off the Wi-Fi. I don't know, man. We got to figure this out because it's a problem, and it's been consistent lately. We are really frustrated with the whole cable, because this is all cable, fiber, and it's just not great. So let's get some flesh together. I'm going to try to not do too much. Boy, everything is down. The Wi-Fi is absolutely down on here. Shows me as being on. Wow. Very, very strange. It's not consistent. Certainly not helpful. So his boots are brown. His belt is brown. So leather. Ugh. The downer is I don't have music to tell me what's going on. It's also one of the things, it's a little helpful deal to let me know how we're doing on our connection. Because I don't have somebody watching like Derek. He's great and really keeps an eye out for the most part as best he can. Is the Wi-Fi here down completely? Shows me as being on it. But it's not great. Oh well. I'm going to keep going, be at least painting. You can let me know, Meeple15, if I keep it up. If not, oh well. Got my hair all over the place here. Very strange. And we pay a lot. Pay a lot for it to have iffy service. Okay. Let me just do this. The downer is, of course, I am on Wi-Fi, so I can't really tell. I can look here and see. I mean, I'm on Wi-Fi as this as well. Very frustrating. Which makes me wonder then, is the internet, I mean, this is all, no, those are physically connected. This is Wi-Fi, this is Wi-Fi. No internet access, strong signal, so who knows. Okay, let's get the flesh tone out. Is it here? No, that is Grogrunta fur, snake by leather. I haven't used the flesh tone for a little bit here. Probably since the beginning of painting Captain America, Captain Carter. Here we go. Okay, so that computer in the studio is fixed. Let me go just take a peek. I'm going to leave this here. I'll be right back. See where we're at on that one. That is connected. There are some green bars from time to time, but you do not freeze on Twitch. Interesting. I wonder if the green bars are, once again, I had a problem last week with the connection of the cameras. There's HDCP stuff was giving me grief. Let me change glasses so I can actually walk around more comfortably. Wherever they're at, here they are. But yeah, it looks like the Wi-Fi is down. Who knows? Very, very strange. Doesn't show any errors in here. It doesn't show anything in here. We have the same, you know, it's a mesh network. It does show me. Let's see here. It is the one challenge of all this is that, you know, trying to like not make it a pain for everybody. Let's go to the, I am running it on this machine. Doesn't seem to be good. It's weird. It seems like things are working, but they're not necessarily. It's still showing me. No, I don't want to stop streaming. It is not great. Huh. Let's see what if the chat is active here. Hey, Dutch Yoda. I don't know what's going on. YouTube's not. It does seem like it's. Who knows, man? It's terrible. I do not want to play it. That's the downer because it just taxes this machine. So I'm gonna just go and see how it goes. I have all kinds of weird stuff happening everywhere. Let's do one other thing. Man, it is seriously troubles. And you know, I really need the I need the internet for every aspect of what we do nowadays. Anyway, well, I will see. Hopefully things will come back up. It is very strange. I really wish this would give me a signal. We have like our routers out here have, or our, I guess they're just satellites. The satellites usually have error information. It does show me that I am connected to things here. Very, very strange. And I've got like a lot of speed. Not as much as I should. It seems as my upload speed or my... yeah, we are not getting anywhere near the speed. We have a gigabit Ethernet. That was download. Yeah, we're not, something's wrong. Less than 1/10 of what we should be getting. Very, very weird. But it is via Wi-Fi, so it is working. And you know, maybe the Wi-Fi is slow. I'm testing it on a laptop. I still think that you get correct stuff on here. As far as, you know, it tells you the right speed. Let's try this again. Who knows? Anyway. I did not see the okay, here we can try it here. Hey, that's me too. Okay, well, hopefully it'll show up. Cool. Well, let's just keep painting. We'll see. It is weird because it'll drop off and then it'll be fine. So I probably need to reboot the gateway and see if that, I mean, you do have to reboot. Scott was having issues with, he has also Uverse and he was having troubles. And he bought a whole new wet mesh network and everything's working now. The issue is our mesh network is from Netgear and all of the companies are having an issue where the FCC is saying that they must be American companies. And I do understand some of that, but the problem is we don't know what, we don't know who's going to be supported. So, and anything you get now, so my Netgear, just right before this was announced that they were dropping all of this stuff, said they were going to stop supporting our mesh network, which is not that old. Now, it's old, 5 years, 6 years now, but who knows, maybe that was a year-old system or more. I don't know. And so we're not getting updates anymore, and I don't want to buy anything new until I know for sure who I'm going to get, because they're saying they can do updates until March of next year, which is not helpful. If you buy something and it only gets, you know, they're not cheap. What we use is about $1,000 at least. So I'm hoping that they get this figured out. It is weird though. So we use a company called Epidemic Sound for our music, and they're pretty great. But we're having a problem logging in through the software that we use to control our live streams. And I have no idea what the story is on that. I actually probably, so we kind of want to cancel our cable. I probably should get on them about resolving our problems before I cancel, because we pay a lot of money right now. And we won't be paying as much. We'll just keep internet. Okay. Let's touch up her face where I did the gray. This does not look as good as it did. Unfortunate. So when you do this, you want to do it light. I just put it in her eye, which is unfortunate. And just build it up to the tone that you had. It should be close. I mean, the gray is very similar to, again, like I said, it's a little warm as far as the neutral gray goes. But you have to let it dry pretty quickly for a bit, because it gels. Now, I'm not putting as much on, so it shouldn't be as bad. And I've also put some water in here, so it's thinner. But she looks better. That's good. Okay, so Loki might be too pale for his, even though he's pale. Oh wow, it's dark. And I don't want to use this brush. Okay, well that maybe is too dark. And as you can see, I've put a lot of effort in brightening up the face, so. So a little bit more of the contrast medium. Boy, I really didn't put a lot of brown in there, but it really is strong. Okay. So I tend to have a little bit better control using the pots from, they were called Citadel, they're now called Warhammer colors. And I completely understand why they changed the name, but it is strange. It's still kind of dark. Now it's kind of blown out here. It is thin enough that I can keep building it up a little bit and get to the brightness I want. But again, I want him to be pale. I feel like the other one was way too dark. I painted all three of those too. I wonder if that was the first one I painted all three of them. But yeah, so one of the things I'm hearing a lot of people talk about, and it's something that I have kind of always understood, well, for a long time anyway. You want to bring your paint and lift where you want it to be the darkest. That's particularly with these paints, the speed paints and the contrast paints. This is a contrast paint. Now there's like a dusty kind of thing going on there, so. I'm going to give him a little bit of a plunging neckline there, which it sure looks like that's what's going on. I guess those are collarbones. Seems pretty dark. I really hope the DC stuff happens. I'm very happy with the ones I've got. You know, I bought those separately from Amazon with the Hush box, the Batman Hush box. But you know, it has some of the great characters in there. It's got Superman in there, of course Batman. It's got Hush. It's got the Joker. It's got Harley Quinn, Catwoman. I mean, it's a great bunch of figures, and it just makes me hopeful for the rest of the stuff if they ever get to it. Boy, it's weird. It looks like, I guess that's his hair. It's a strange helm that he's got going on there. But you can see probably that his skin is drying already. The flesh tone on his face is drying already. It dries pretty quickly. I was unhappy with his chin there, so I brushed a little bit on there to brighten his chin up, or darken it a little bit up, because there was a streak. Oops. This is going to be a gold, so it's not that terrible, and I'll probably end up doing a metallic gold. That looks good. Okay, I definitely want to use the handle for all of this if I can. But yeah, I want to do these with the handles, because I'm touching too much of the top of the head. I'm like holding it with my top of my finger, and that is bad news. So if you're going to try to do what I'm talking about, where you want to brush towards the edge, like where the helm is going to, it's going to be darker. Now you can work it, but you also want to work this as little as possible, because it starts to get splotchy pretty quickly. Now this does not have any. Well, no, it doesn't have any added water here, because this is I did this on the fidget popper palette. But this also might be just brighter here right now, because he's, I really put a lot of bright intensity on this one. But yeah, where you lift your brush is a little droplet of color, and your best bet is to push that into an edge where it's going to be darker from like a shadow from this helm or whatever. Okay, let's see if I can do this. It's so deep in there. I do wish that because you know the head is almost assuredly added. You know, they glue it together. I saw somebody on Reddit was having troubles with their his hands. Are they? I want to do those too. Those are flesh colored. Very cool. Now I'm not worried too much about getting it on the helm, because I'm going to be painting that gold, and it will, regardless if I'm using the speed paint metallics, they are still kind of thick. Would medium help it not to dry so fast? Well, I am using a medium. I'm using their medium, technical contrast medium, but it is exactly what's working with contrast paints and speed paints, they dry, well, all paints for me anyway dry quickly, but those dry pretty darn fast because I'm not putting a lot on it, right? I will put like the jacket, I'll probably put a little bit extra on there. How much does he have of his thumb visible? Wow. Sure didn't look like that. So I'm looking at pictures of the when they were during the crowdfunding campaign. I believe this was on Kickstarter. They are 3D printed, so they're not going to match 100% the final product, which is unfortunate. But his thumb looks much longer on the example image that they have, and I use those all the time for the color because I don't want to think about it. I want them to be recognizable. I'm not here to change anything with these figures. Others, I don't worry about it so much. But most of the time anymore lately, I mean, I used to put a lot of thought into painting armies when I was doing Warhammer stuff regularly. And I thought about it too long. But once I got going, it wasn't so bad. But I still didn't like the fact that I spent so much time worrying about it. All that stuff can come later, either when you have time or you're more into... did I do only one of his hands? No. Hey, I'm picking it up and doing it without putting it in the thing. Okay, I put that guy on. Oh, so this is already dried. That's how quickly it dries. It's not even that visible. Now, I don't have a lot of light color on his hands. I'm not too worried about it. So the one way to... There are lots of things like retarder that I have that I don't think you can use it. It slows down drying. I don't think you can use it on this paint because this is just a different formulation. It's meant to really simplify painting for folks that are not regular painters. And I love these paints because, number one, it gives a good... I got to dab a little bit off of there. It helps you speed up, helps you improve. And it's kind of one of the big humps, really, of miniature painting is folks that just feel they're not good. And the contrast paints and speed paints really, and there's a bunch of different kinds now. Express paints from Vallejo, which is awesome. You know, I mean, I love that there's many, many options out there. As a matter of fact, I don't have them yet, but they just released what's their names? Monument Hobbies just released, so they're Pro Acryl, gosh, what are they called? First something, First Step maybe, and they look pretty good too. And I believe their bottles are larger, so you would be getting more. Huh. So I'm doing here. Now I shouldn't worry about it too much. This is going to be, it's not going to be the same. His collar is paler than his flesh, but I will use a thin coat of something on there. But yeah, I don't worry about the darker colors so much. Got a lot of buckles. It is crazy though. These are much, much larger than I mean, I saw the StarCraft minis. I would love to do them, but I'm not going to do them. I don't have the space or the time. Um, they're much smaller than these, right? You know, these are heroes, you know, big figures um, in compared to Warhammer and stuff like that. But they don't have, of course, the detail. They're not manufactured in the same way. I think I started to say somebody had broken a figure, and we're wondering how to put it together. And you know, the only glue that really works is super glue or probably epoxy, which is too thick. The only solution for me would be to pin it, and I've done that. I actually had to pin a couple now. One that I haven't painted yet was one of Scott's that got shipped to us, and it got broken in shipping, and I was pretty bummed. But I was able to fix it. It's a very weird one. He's like on a tripod. I don't remember what the name of the character was, but it was something, I think, in the latest Marvel Multiverse. Marvel United Multiverse. It's a downer. I don't like, you know, that they're that fragile. I do wish that you could use plastic cement. For me, plastic cement, the kind that I use, not the old school testers. I use it's not cement anyway. I don't think called that anymore. It's the, gosh, I don't even see it. Where'd I put it? I did clean everything. Oh, there they are. They are cements. So I use the Tamiya. First of all, because these bottles stay sealed, and it doesn't seem to be evaporating out of here like my other ones. But this stuff's great, but it's not. This is not the same kind of plastic as model kits or the Warhammer paint minis, which is unfortunate because it would be nice if you could glue. I really love using that kind of cement. It welds the plastic together. You get really nice results for sure, and it's really pretty solid. The downer is, which I've never had to deal with that, but I understand that concern. If you need to split it apart, it's very difficult to do. With super glue, you can break the join and get, you know, it turned out pretty great. So now I've broken that. I've broken a super glue joint off once, but not. I don't remember what the deal was with that. I guess we're going here. Medium also is not a great solution for, what it does mostly is it reduces the intensity. I mean, in all cases. So if I add medium to a color that is in like a tube, solid body tube paint, it's going to be, it's going to not make it like, let's say you're doing red, and when you add white to try to lighten it up, it's just going to turn pink, right? That's not the result you want with a red necessarily. But if you are using a medium, it still has that red color, but its intensity is reduced. And it isn't going to dry much slower because I have the tiniest amount of paint on here, so it's really not doing much. Very cool. He's got some dark fingers, but he's dirty. I think this will be about the intensity. Now, I might do a little bit of, so early on, I did some shading on with her hair on Black Widow, and I really liked it, but I was like, first of all, she had a bang, like a, not bangs, but her hair combed over her the right side of her face, and so I just decided, oh, I'll paint a little shading there, going a little bit above and beyond, which it would be nice if I did it all the time, because I would love to make everything look a little bit better. But I also have the tendency to mess things up, just continue to mess it up, and I don't want to do that either. The funny thing is I'm switching between holders, and I have so many holders. I just don't want them all over the desk. But I have so many mini holders. So many mini. Oh, I'm sorry there's no music, though. I don't know that anybody... I mean, I know it helps make it kind of relaxing, but we'll see if we can figure it out later. Or try another method. The downer is then if we don't log into this software, oh my gosh, it would probably be a nightmare. But we have to stay subscribed if we want to continue to use it, which we do. I mean, we don't use it as much as we used to, but Nick and Mike's Top 10s videos use it. Nikki's, and their In Focus and How to Plays. Nikki's In Focus and How to Plays too. We all use it for all that. We just don't do it for game night. It would be, if we did it for game night, it would have to be an after the episode is complete kind of a thing, because, we cut stuff out occasionally. We'll see. Someday maybe, but it's not my priority for sure. Because people have asked about it, like, could you do that? I'm like, well. So his hair is black, but his eyebrows are dark brown in this image here. It's pretty dark. I might do some highlighting to, increase his cheeks a little bit. He's got such tiny little cheeks, so. He's much darker paler for some reason. It must be just the undercoating. Okay. Really should do the eyes now. Now they make them these giant circles, but that is not the shape. I mean, it's not the shape of eyes normally. So kind of the best way to do this, and I will use a black. Wow, I did not clean that brush. But yeah, retarder is fantastic. I have just the giantest bottle of it, and it's not even probably as big as they get, but I always buy things too big. This is 4 ounces of it. It really increases the amount of time of so if you wanted to do wet blending and things like that, but then it does really, really slow down the drying process. So, if you're doing something that's higher, you want to do more intricate type of processes, it's great. And you really can only use it in a standard acrylic. But it's pretty awesome stuff. Huh. So he has like something going on with his shirt too, like a undershirt or something that looks kind of like flesh tone. I could just do that and just call it a day. it's not, it kind of should be a little yellow. I'm not sure what it is. I don't want to do that. I'm going to put an actual color on there. It is weird. I don't know what it is. So if we're going to do his eyes, I need black. So let's mix up the black. That's a lot of paint. I barely need any black. It's always the black one. I think the black one stays fresh longer because the white one is like, I have to really squeeze it out. And then I end up getting it all over my hands because I'm like trying to use the same little piece of paper towel. Now this I use paper towel for, which I probably shouldn't. I probably should try to use these Swedish sponges. Anyway, so what you do is you paint the shape of the eye in black, and then you put white over it, which is crazy, right? But let me put a tiny bit of water on this. Oh boy. That way then you're not trying to do the dark line around. Now I'm constantly going back and trying to do the dark line afterwards, but you can develop the shape better when you do this. And I think my brain just feels like, oh, well, this is, I'm not like distorting the eye shape any when I'm doing the eyeliner. It's not really eyeliner, but it is. It is. But you definitely want it to dry. Woof. Different shape. Oof. Did I get it on the... How big do they? They don't look that big there. So I'm going to need to touch that up. And I don't want to make it any bigger. So. Not enough color. So I have the paint still here, the flesh tone, and it's going to get more gelatinous here, and I won't be able to use it. So I will touch that up once all that dries, which won't take too long. Let's do this last guy's eyes and then try to bring those back. That was the first one. I'm thinking I'm already ahead. I am not. I'm moving very slowly. It's goth Loki. That is 100% the truth. Ugh. Let me just rinse that off while it's fresh now. I'd rather do it that way than touched up, which is what I've been doing. Okay. If you move quick enough, you can make it happen. So I'm not going to touch that again. I'm going to let that dry. You can see here I kind of, so I pulled it off. That's my freaking out mode. It's also kind of dark on his eyelid. Okay. So I'm using a very fine brush, which I don't normally use. But it helped me with Captain Carter doing the little white pinstriping essentially on her suit. And I did okay with it. Not like it was super great, but it was better than trying to use a larger brush. For me anyway. Ugh, that is not going on well. Well, it's pretty dry now on the other side. Let's see if I can do it without making too big of a mess. Ugh. I shouldn't have said anything. I've jinxed myself on this one. Let me use a bigger brush to clean that out. It's not wet. He's going to be a cyclops. Let that dry. Okay. So now I have not doing too great. Not good. Let's just see if this other brush will do a better job. I think I like the point on this one better. Huh. Maybe not. This has a hook in it. Not liking that either. Come on, Loki. So I'm trying to clean it out here. And what is the big problem is it's on his cheek slightly, and I'm not, I'm taking everything out to get it off, and I'm not even getting that part off. There we go. Come on, Loki, dry up. I'll fix that. I'm not going to use the big brush. What size is this? This is a 1. Do I have a 0? I feel like I have a 0 of that size. I do. Boy, that does not look small. Is it, curl's got it. It's got a curl to that one too. I really need to use like a 0. Boy, look, if you can see these, there's a curl to the tip on both of these. This one, I had one there. Let's see what it looks like. It's got it too. Focus. It's very tiny, but yeah, you can see it there. And I mean, it's a tool sometimes that helps, but most of the time it doesn't. So let's get a new brush out. I think it's about time. Let's see what I have here. Oh, that is one of the big ones. Not really that big, but big. Okay, I have a lot of brushes. Well, I'm not pulling that out. Let's pull out these. See what I got from the... You shouldn't be using it with speed paints, though. Let me look what I have that's synthetic. It's a 2. Let's just see how that one goes. It's not a great point. This is also a sax, but this is a different bristle type. I'm not really certain. They're both synthetic, so I'm not certain what is different about it. But I decided I'd try them when I bought a bunch. Like, if I'm going to be paying shipping and ordering a bunch, I might as well just try them out. That is a starter brush. That's a Citadel brush. Not great. Well, I do have this one. Let's see what it's... No, this is an old one. It's Artist Opus 2. Again, it's not synthetic. I'd rather not use the... It's supposedly not good because it gets into the ferrule. Let me just see if I can pull one of the ones out. Let me see if I have a 0 of that too. Okay, Nick and Mike. I think they're kind of home sooner than I thought. They were on a little trip. I thought they'd be gone till near the end of the week. Okay. They might have already left when that's probably what happened. Okay. Let's see if I have a whole bunch of the brushes over here. Let's just pull them all out and see what I can find. So these are all synthetic. Yipes, is that one of the... It is. I'd end up buying a bunch of sizes. These are 2s. These are 2s as well. See, they're white tack ones, so I don't know. There might be a difference in the springiness of them. These are size 1s. Not bad. Maybe that'll be what I use. I hope I bought some 0s, but I bet I did not. Nope, there's a 0. Maybe I bought only 1 pack of those. Nope, I bought 2. I bought 2 of everything. Wow. So then I have the 0s. There's 2 of these out somewhere. Wonder how they're doing. Maybe there's ones I've been looking at. Okay. I do have the 0s out. I'll take 1 out. Can't hurt to have some out, but I sure feel like I should have 2 more of them out already. Oh no, they're already used. Wow, those are big. Let's see if I can pick a smaller one of these. Maybe that's just because of the stuff getting, I didn't even realize those were 0s. Get that out of here. I do like these. They're not terribly expensive. I've only been able to find them, I mean, maybe I saw some on Amazon, but there's like a school supply place that carries them. And they're only $2 something a brush, maybe? Maybe not even that, I don't know. But I like them a lot. And they generally do okay. Now, I have bought some other ones from, oh goodness, what was it? What were they called? Zem. And those were, I think I bought from Amazon. I mean, actually, those might have been eBay, the very first ones. And I really like them. They worked fantastically, and I was like, wow, these are amazing. And they last a long time. And then I just, wow, look at that. So that's got a nice curl that they put it into the, I didn't see that had happened. It may not come back, so I might have to do, I think I'm going to have to. So that's really bad. And what it'll do is, here, let's show you. So this is just out. You can see the hairs there. So what they do is they clip them. I've watched, wow, it's inside the bunch. This might, maybe I'll do this later. But he clips them with, wow, that's terrible. I'm not doing that one. Let me just wet it up and see if it'll put some stuff on it. It will not come back though. That's unfortunate. And that is a risk. That's one of the things that's really kind of frustrating about buying brushes online is you can get some, I mean, if you know what you're doing, and I mean, I was sad. I actually was specifically going to a local art supply place to, yeah, it's not gonna come back. I mean, I can save the brush, but those bristles are toast. So when they put it on, I mean, I'm sure this is made in China. They're probably not paying that much attention to it. Because, you know, it's really mass produced. But, you know, this happens with Winsor Newtons as well. I mean, it just depends. I'm going to try to trim it. I don't have trimmers right here that are good. Yikes. Yikes, it's so bad. I just want to take them out one at a time, because if you take them all, you're just going to have a mess. And I don't want to pull any others. You know, I don't want to pull any that are okay. So what I'm doing is just trimming them off with the knife here. It's a sharp blade, so it should be okay. I kind of feel like I haven't done anything yet, so maybe it isn't working. I don't know. So that's 2 hairs together. Wow. It's really like inside the bunch of bristles. So bad news. Because you can see it goes inside here. Oh, this is terrible. So I can see why clipping them. Let's see if I can find something to clip them with. I have like some, oh wait, these. Let's see if these will do it. This is a Kickstarter I backed. Not happy about these. Because it's very expensive. I was supposed to get a reduction in the cost because like they changed the price or something like that, and then they didn't. They never did that. And I don't even know if everybody even got them yet. They were having problems with it. It's a neat idea. It's replaceable blades, but like the biggest frustration is it's not flush. It does not cut flush. It's close-ish, but not really. And it, you know, you can't do like. I feel like I get a better job on some of the other ones from my old Citadels. I have tons of, not tons, but I have several of the old Citadels. So yeah, this is a bummer. Could have bought. Now the God Hands, which are the, you know, everybody loves those. But I was thinking about buying some other ones. Those are $60 at least. They used to be that, $50, $60 when they weren't on sale or at all, anything like that. But you know, it's rare, obviously. They're Japanese imported. So yeah, you want to pull it to the ferrule and clip it, but I'm not getting that here. So I'd always clipped off those hairs. I've done it with the X-Acto knife. Because often there'll be one hair that's bristle that's messed up. Yikes. Okay, well, let's see what it looks like. It already looks better, but it's not great. There is definitely one bristle still there. So I'm just going to let this dry. Yeah, those are bad. I can see it still, at least two. And it's a kind of it's a very long hair point one, so I don't know. I do have 2 sets of these, so I have 9 more of these brushes still fresh. This one looks fine. So let's try. I've done all that. Now I have to clean it pretty well because it uses like a starch to keep it rigid and protect the bristles. I'm not really certain how they fouled that one up on the others. You know, again, you're pushing the brush into this tiny tube, and you know you're hoping that you get it right. I'm probably exercising more caution than most do, and still, you know, even when I'm very cautious, I mess it up. So, okay, so we're gonna try to do his other eye. I don't know if that's actually clean enough. Usually it takes a bit. Because I don't want any of the starch or whatever it is in the ooh, too dry, too wet, but also caught on the eyelid, and good gosh. So let's try it from this angle. Also, this is too wet now. Have to let it dry. Let's just take one of the other brushes off to at least get some of that moisture off. Okay. This guy has bristles on it. There's one right there. They're really long. Is this the brush? I think so. Zero and a 0. I would say both of these are with hooks. Okay. Feels like there's still soap and starch in there. It's very slippery. Wow. I'm going to use some actual brush cleaner. Especially, you know, if you put your brush in your mouth, good gosh. And I do that occasionally to bring it to a point. Put in the handle. I've got the handle empty. Of course, I don't see it. There it is. Pushed it to the edge. Ugh, it's a little bit on his... Man, I'm having a terrible time. Let's clean that up, because it's not right. It's getting on his cheek, and I want, like, there to be some brightness on his cheek. If I just keep extending this... What do I do with the toothpick? New toothpick. Quickly. I like these dispenser, toothpick dispenser thingies. Okay, let's leave that out. I usually actually sharpen them a little bit. I need a toothpick sharpener. I'm not going to paint that side. I keep back, this poor one is not happening at all. It keeps going back and forth. I got the palette too far away from me also. This is pain. I also need it on the other side. I think I need to switch everything around because it's my right hand and I'm reaching across to get to it. It's silly. Ah, I keep doing it. I'm not hitting it from the right angle. Literally doing it in the exact same spot every time. So clearly I'm not at the right angle. Toothpick. It's okay on the other side, not great. Okay, look at that. speaking of, this has got the curl in it, so that's not the brush. I'm going to spend, I did this the last time, I think I spent forever on the eyes. I'm really not having the best of luck. Let's go to this one, it's got to be dry. Finish his other eye, hopefully. So let me see if I can do it upside down and not touch the bristle to the, I'm going across for the paint, which is not there. I just did it again. Huh. Those cheeks. Oy vey. Let's clean it out. Really, I'm going to be doing this all day. I don't want to do this. I need to quit being so worried about it. So I will quit worrying about it. And it's the same eye. I'm having the most troubles with that same eye. That's too funny. Okay, let's put this in the thing. Hopefully hold it stable in the holder. And come really at it from upside down. Ugh. It's not right. It is hilarious. It is exactly the same spot. Oh, that's hilarious. Maybe it's this direction. Let's just dry this out. I have a cotton swab here. Let's just dry it out and go quick, because I don't want to be doing this all day. Okay. And try it from another angle. I'm going to try it from the, I'm going to get it on the eyebrow angle. How will I even get the white? The white has to be more precise. Oh my gosh. I'm not cleaning that up. I'm going to clean it up a little. Push it into the socket here. Wow. Yeah. I'm not going to worry about it. Looks pretty good. It'll be better. Okay. This one's close-ish. It is the same eye, though, every time. Having some bad luck with that. I've just done it again. Not in the exact same spot, though, but, I mean, it is almost. Hey, good enough. You're not seeing this, I'm sorry. It's also horrifying, so, man. So the real way to do this is use real paint, not the speed paints, and then touch it up. I'm just having the worst of luck here. And I'm going to try to touch it up. Okay. Now I won't be able to use the speed paint anymore. It is almost assuredly too gelatinous. But yeah, seriously, you need to go back and just touch it up. I do hope we can get the music working. I see in there is like a not dark spot. Okay, that's better. That's pretty good. So I have a billion brushes out here, which doesn't help. Okay. Let's see if I'm going to touch this up so it doesn't keep doing this. Shore it up with some paint. Well, you can see how terrible I can do with the eyes. It's really crazy. And they're huge. They're huge eyes. Like, theirs are giant for a mini, and I have the worst luck. No, it's not luck. It's the lack of skill. Yipes. Basically got to come in from every angle. And I think the paint is getting too hydrated on the wet palette. It's also leaning, so that could be a problem. Let's move these out of the way. Too many brushes. Oh, I'm going to put that paint X-Acto blade away. Do not need to hurt myself. Woof. That's terribly sloppy. I will try to clean a little bit. And what do I keep doing with the paper clip? Oh, I just wiped it all away. The toothpick. There it is. Pushed away with the brushes. Just to clean that a little bit. It's also too thin. The paint is too thin. Okay, well, I'm going to let it go, and then I'm going to try to touch that up. Do a little bit of black. Come on, paint. Get in there and get some of the thicker paint. So I'm using the black from Pro Acryl, and I feel their paints are kind of almost ready to go. I still thin them a little bit, but I feel they're probably on purpose, right? They want them to be closer to painting consistency. Wow. Okay, so that's fine. And then we're going to do some gray. It's warm gray that is a little too warm, but it's not warm. It's neutral. Oops. Okay, those are pretty good. Probably too much paint there that I just touched up with. Eesh. Messing that up, going the other direction now. Okay, let's let that guy dry for a sec. Hey, Sirik, how you doing? Okay. So I don't have white on here. Let's put some on. You kind of don't, I mean, the funny thing is you don't want it to be completely white, but you kind of need it to be white. Still navigating. I'm having so many troubles lately here. It's like we've had internet issues today, and I'm not on the music, so no music, which is unfortunate. There we go. Now that's like the right amount of white. The white amount of white. Wow, it's not closing up though. So I'm using, I bought a bunch, well, I had bought them a long time ago, of the eyedropper tops. These, I like these. They're not great. They don't really thread the best, but they mostly come out okay. And you don't have too much paint. You can easily clean it. These are just, they're fine. They definitely do a good job sealing it up, but man, they just are the worst about how, you know, no idea how much paint's coming out. And that's fine. I'd rather just have a little too much than not enough, but it's still almost always way too much. Okay, that looks kind of dry. I'm going to try to touch that up and be done with it. He promises himself. We're kind of close to, it's 3 weeks away almost, or just under just over 3 weeks till BGG Spring. I'm really looking forward to going. I have to get episodes ready, and wow, these eyes are they're not right. Okay, so let's try to do a little point to his eye on this side. Wow, that doesn't look good now. Good enough. Okay, we have white. Let's see if we can make it work. I wouldn't know that anybody is subscribed or followed or anything here because, wow, am I not connected? That would be part of the reason why. Terrible. Well, boy, this is terrible today. Not loading there. They're kind of small. I'm touching the head anyway. It's not painted yet, but still. I'm super nervous, which is silly. That's better. His eye's not great shape though. And I feel like it needs a little black. So I will try to do that. Again, doing the whole point of painting the black first. I feel I'm doing it right. He's got like they got bags under his eyes that are obviously the paint job. It's amazing. More white for that eye. Kind of feel like the point on this is too good, which is silly because you should be able to reach in there. That's okay. Right into the eye. Good enough. Okay. One down. Nice. Always wanted to paint Marvel United. Started on Captain America, then Monster Hunter came, and I moved on to that. Totally understand. It's very hard to keep, you know, the amount of things that you can get. I have too many, and I actively not buying anything lately. I have so Warhammer Underworlds now sells their mini expansions in 4-packs, and shockingly, I have a ton of them. Wow, stuff is not working here. Okay, I'm on there at least. I think I need to reboot the whole thing and see if that helps. These eyes might be bigger, and this might be better. I feel like I'm not really judging how much oof. You know what? I'm going to try to see if I can do this without too much muss. That did okay. Less wet brush cleaning up. Mm. I'll let that dry for a minute so that I can try to smooth that out. It shouldn't take very long. As a matter of fact, I could probably wait a second, just do it. Hey, thanks for the subscription. Wow, thanks so much for the support, TNT Tabletop. I wished it would let me know that you had done that. Wow, thank you so much. That's very, very nice. I'm trying to stop impulse buying with Miles. Me too. Oh wow, I have one of the Shadows of Windstone set. It's so massive. I have so much to do. I'm not even sure where it's at. I think it's in the control room. So we have a control room that runs for somebody locally to run the live stream, which we don't do very much anymore. Derek runs it remotely, and I would love to do those too, but I just have so much stuff. Plus, I'm kind of made it for myself so that I have reasons to try to get through it with this stuff, since I'm working on other people's miniatures as well. So why am I trying to coat flesh tone here? Oh, there's a little dot of white. Okay, it's not so bad. Oh, this is the one I was touching up. Yipes. Let's let that go for now. Ow. We love doing I really love painting minis. I don't have as much time as I'd like, and I've been trying to set it up so that I can bring it into the house sometimes when I'm doing things. My mom usually comes over on the weekends, and I just want to spend time with her. She, she's getting up there in years, and her friends are, kind of declining health, and so she doesn't have that many friends that she can hang out with anymore. And so I try to be kind of present for her when she's around. And I'm not great. I have stuff that I have to do all the time, and it's a little frustrating. So I'm trying to do that. But part of me doesn't want to do it because then I would be wrapped up in that. But I'd be sitting there with her because I would do it in the same area that she's at. But it's not necessarily enough. He's pokey. His hair is catching my skin here. It's pretty good. But yeah, I'm really trying to be good. So I'm amazed at how many of those sets I do not have in the Warhammer Underworlds. I think I have 7 of them in my wish list, which I don't even think they're wish list. I think I put them on my shopping list because I don't necessarily want people to buy them for me because I don't need them. But I'm just kind of keeping track of them because I really should just dig through, figure out what's in them, and then just go for the ones that I would like to have. But the reality is I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Warhammer Underworlds sets just sitting here that need to be done beyond the stack of them I've got up above me here. So I really need to just not worry about it anymore. I had so much fun painting the Crimson Court. There's like I think the brush needs to be cleaned. There's like a bristle that's got hair paint on it. It might be I don't know if they do the guide bristle on these. I doubt they do. Probably only on natural hair. That's not bad. Okay, so he has blue eyes. Let's just use the blue we have out. But yeah, I find so much to like in so many. I'm really the StarCraft ones. Our friend Jeff, who runs the BGG convention, he told me, he's like, I'm going to get painting again. I'm like, oh. And he said he's going to do the StarCraft stuff. And I had seen those, and I would love to have them. I would like to do. I played Protoss all the time back in the day. I would love to do that, but I just can't. I do not have room, and I need to. I'm going to sharpen this toothpick here a little bit. Let's just leave Loki in the shot. I'm going to try to do these a way that somebody told me to try. I don't know that it's going to work. What was the other thing that somebody was doing? So I used to use micron markers. Is that what they are? I have some floating around here still. Deborah loves those pens too, just for writing. And they were pretty great, but I was doing very dinky eyes. It should have been, I'm not even sure. Do I have a dark Eldar here? No. That's what I used them on. At the time I was doing Nikki's army. She was not that into those. She's into the, wow, I don't think I'm going to do this. I don't think it's going to be sharp enough, but I could try. Somebody else, I think I saw Lila Mev or somebody do something recently with, to do the eyes. And it was pretty great. This might not be it. Hey, it's not it. I don't think the whites of his eyes are big enough, but I'm going to knock that down if I'm not careful. But I don't want to keep going on it. It's going to be bad. Yeah, it's not good. That's terrible. Completely messed it up. Go watch Nick Murphy's short. It's pretty funny of trying to do the eyes on a mini. 100% this. It's not bad though. The first one was good. The second one is very large. I will try to do a little bit of white underneath that because it's too, I mean, we're doing comic book stuff and they should be kind of extreme. Wow, that's the one I've sharpened? Good gosh, not very sharp. So I need to paint white on that again because it seemed to have just flaked off. So I'll try to do the touch-up on the one side. Wow. I don't know. This brush has got like one long hair, it feels like. I keep thinking it's a, oh man, that's terrible. I keep thinking it's a paint stuck on it, but I think it might be a bristle that's just longer than the rest. I can't even imagine that they do a decent job on this. Huh, this is a mess. Like the white is too chalky or something underneath. This is taking me way more time than it should. I'm going to be painting this all day. Let's let that dry. What time is it? It is 12:40. It really is time to stop. But I will go for a little bit longer and see if I can at least finish the blacks and whites of the eyes, whites of the eyes and the eyeliner here. It's just really chalky. I'm not happy with that. And you can tell, you can't see the palette, but the paint is just getting, it's pulling in too much water. It's one of the things about the wet palette. Is it can really hold on to, pull in the water. It's, you know, the nature of it. Okay. Woof. That poor eye looks terrible. Do I start again? Oh, you can't see it. I think I need to paint the white again and just let it kind of get really dry because it's very chalky. A little bit too much there. Clean, redo there. If you look up, I wonder if they're taking it from, shot from above. It's a Kubrick photo here on the, giving him kind of smoky eyes here. It's not going very good on that one. It's not really getting into the, trying to give it, you know, your eyes go to sort of a point, not really, but not bad. Okay, then I'll touch up that black, let that dry. Not great. I'm not really happy with this brush. It's not terrible though, it's mostly me. Okay. Oh my gosh, this stuff keeps signing me out. I don't like this. Okay. Making a mess here. Yeah, the paint is getting, it's not even that wet of a palette, but it's pulling the water out of the sponge and the paint is getting too thin. So really, these are, this wet palette thing is kind of, as a matter of fact, Nikki was one that showed me that wet palette. Ooh, 28 years ago? She was an illustrator in college, went to Art Center for illustration. Yipes, man. Let that dry. So let me just get a little drop of this paint and close it up because I'm not going to do that much. It's almost too dark of a blue. It is too dark of a blue. So let's put some of the, I don't know that this is going to be the solution though. Might be. Let's see if I can do this. So you kind of want to, that's why I thought the paperclip is, the toothpick is a good idea because you kind of want a blunt, actually this is not the brush for it. Maybe the liner that I was using, really I need a spotter, but maybe this liner will do it. You don't want it to be as pointy because you can't, you're going to keep going at it trying to enlarge that eye, the pupil. I'm doing exactly that though right now and not liking it. And again, people do this with tinier eyes. These eyes are not small. They did such a nice job on the eyes on this. These are all painted by folks at Big Child Creatives, and man, they are good. Not bad. I know what they were doing. They were doing the white. That's not a sharp enough tip. Somebody was using it to do the dots on the eyes for a bit of a bright spot that your eye, you know, a little reflection on your eye. And in this case, for me, they're too, probably too big. Can't do it on the other eye, but that's pretty good. It's still a little large for it, but it makes it look, come on, dry. I want to do it on this side too. Impatient. There we go. He's pretty good. Not bad. Got these. Let's go ahead and try to do these. Maybe I can have the eyes done. Wouldn't that be exciting? I am disappointed. I really do want to paint more, and I want to try to get through these. So yeah, I've kind of almost made it too light. What I want is a paint that is lighter, that will give its full intensity here, but I'm not getting it. And this will be fine. Not bad, not great. I should actually try to use, I have some blues in the speed paints. That's not bad. In the speed paints, that would, might be good. I should try some of them. I kind of like the way they apply, sort of, in some ways better. I really like the contrast paints. Come on, focus. That's more the size I would like them to be. They're really not in the right spot, though. And that one's okay, but I think I need some blue back on it here. I got the little thumb palette action going on here, and it's getting pretty bad. Not bad. We'll let that dry. Since that's a big glob of blue. It's not focused there. Looks exactly like it looks like to me. No, not really. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's go back to the other one. You went to college for illustration. Where'd you go, Sir? Not in the right spot. Looks right from underneath, but when you look at it from the other angle, there is no dot. Sarasota, wow. Ringling, wow. Man, I'm doing it in the wrong spot for sure, twice now. I wonder why. Let's let that dry. So do the next one, go over here and do this one again. Not helping. Sorry, you're not seeing this, even though I'm doing terribly here. It's the tiniest little dot, but I want that, but I can't seem to do it on the other eye. Close enough. Now this one's too small. That'll do. Okay. Let's do this one. Cool. Yipes. It needs more blue. I've diluted it there with the white. One thing about going back over the white with the blue, not worrying about it, is that it also makes it kind of like a, you know, your eyes are never one color. Well, probably not. And so it changes it and gives it a little bit of dimension that you would have. Boy, I'll tell you, I need to figure out what that was. It can't have been a toothpick that somebody did that point for it was just the little teeny dot of light, a reflection. I do not know who it was, but I was like, wow, that's a great idea. I need to try to do that. I was hoping to get to the gold. Okay. Those are done. It's not really in the same spot as the other one. But we're going to assume he has some misshapen eyes. Okay. I'm kind of knocked out that this contrast paint is hanging in there a little bit longer because I'm able to touch this up and it's not, at least where I'm going into the palette, it's not too dry, which is great. I have a little spot here that I've particularly because I'm just lightly glazing a little color over it. Because I've touched up so much here. Okay, well, there you go. Faces, mostly done. I mean, I'll probably do a little bit of highlight on the, get a little bit of water here, see if I can do it. So I want to glaze a little bit of highlight on the nose. Not that much. It's still too much. Needs more moisture. Sorry, too many faces looking at us here. So you just keep applying this thin glaze of it, and then you will build up some highlights, because I would like their cheeks to have a little bit of, you kind of want to actually have a little bit, it's just a kind of a reflection. You want to put in a little color, maybe on the cheeks. But you know, you can build that with this if you just, oops, you can't see that one. You see this other guy. Sparkly things it really likes to focus on. They look cool. I really wish I was doing hair and other stuff. What time is it? It is 1:05. I have to stop. I have a lot to do today. Well, thanks for joining me. Thanks for the support. I don't know that we got everything. I caught everybody, but I really do appreciate it. Let's see if there's somebody we can raid. Oi. Let me switch cameras too, by the way. What have I clipped on here? There we go. Fantastic. Okay, let me see if we can have somebody we can raid. It's strange here. I can't see the people we're following again. This is very odd. Ada's Dream. Oh, they're in Polish, though. Darn. Nope. It's weird. So there's a quick filter that is I would think Amanda's going, but maybe she's a little bit further along here. Hey, Dutch Yoda. Let's join Dutch Yoda. He's just going. So if you want to follow through, if you're still here on Twitch, you can join in with Dutch. It's not Dutch Yoda. I know his name. Dick. But go ahead and join in on it. And if you're interested in doing it, please click on through. And thanks for joining me today. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for the chat. You guys take care and have a great week. We'll be back on Thursday for a regular Game Night Live. Hopefully we'll have something fun to do. Say hi to Dick for me, everybody. Bye-bye. Thanks, YouTube folks. You take care as well.